How'd you guys come up with the name Amon Amarth? Does it have a meaning behind it, or?
Well, actually, it was more like we thought it was a cool name. Sounded cool, had a cool meaning to it.
I actually got a chance to hear the new Amon Amarth album. It sounds awesome.
All right.
Wanted to know a little bit about the creative process behind Versus the World.
The creative, like writing the songs, was a bit like it always has been. I mean, Ollie writes most of the music, of course, but we are all in it together when it comes to arranging the songs. We work a lot in the rehearsal room, jamming a lot, trying to get the best out of every idea that we have.
Was there anything that you did differently with this album that
Well, yeah. I mean, musically, we decided from the start to make a more epic and more melodic album because we were also working with a lyrical concept dealing with the end of the world. We wanted the album to be a bit melancholic and at the same time keeping the heaviness and brutality, so we had to slow down a bit.
Yeah, I noticed that it was a lot slower, but it seems like it has a lot more catchy parts in it.
Yeah, I think so. But it's still pretty heavy, considering. So
definitely.
Yeah.
Now you guys are releasing a limited 2-disc Viking version of the album.
Yeah.
Is it going to be available in the U.S.?
Yeah, it's going to be available, but only in jewel casing. In Europe, it's Digipack, but over here, it's jewel casing.
What's the idea behind the second disc? Is it going to be like older demo tracks, or?
Yeah, it's old stuff, either hard to come by or previously unreleased stuff. It's going to be like the mini CD, Sorrow Throughout the Nine Worlds, is going to be on there. The Arrival of the Fimble Winter demo from '94 is going to be on there. And the first demo that we recorded as Amon Amarth, called Thor Arise, which we never released.
We'll definitely look forward to that. So,
yeah.
Do you guys have any plans for to tour the States in this up-and-coming album?
Yeah, we're talking on March now. We'll see what happens. We just started talking about it this week, so it's not really decided, but hopefully we'll be able to do that.
Well, I hope so. I'd like to see you guys play. Hopefully come to Massachusetts when you guys are putting together your tour. Make sure you put Massachusetts on the date.
Well, we're not going to headline this time around, though, but
yeah,
you never know.
Well, that'd be great. I mean, it's good. It's amazing some of the response that bands get when they really haven't been to the U.S. before. Because, obviously the U.S. metal scene isn't as strong as it is over in Europe.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It depends on where in the U.S. you come, as well as in Europe, When you come to Sweden, this metal scene, you have a lot of bands, but the fan base is not very big. But it's growing, of course, so it's getting better. But on the other hand, when you go to Germany, you have a lot of fans. And I think the main problem with America or North America is the vast distances between the cities where you play, and the fans are very scattered, so it's not easy for everybody to go to the nearest show.
Now, you mentioned Sweden as far as like a lot of bands coming from there. I know obviously like there's that Swedish sound that's classified as, and there's a lot of other bands from Sweden, such as yourself. But like, why do you think it is that Sweden has all these great bands coming out of it, but yet the metal scene there isn't so strong, but all these bands are coming from there?
Well, the sort of playing live scene is not very good, at least not for Swedish bands. The reason is, in Sweden, it's very easy when you're a kid to start a band because there are sort of community youth clubs you can join for a very small amount of money. You can borrow equipment, rent rehearsal places, and stuff like that. So it's very easy to start a band. But on the other hand, because there are so many bands, there are virtually no fans. It used to be like in the beginning of the 90s, it was like, oh, you're in a band too. Oh, cool. Are you playing? All right, I'm in a band too. I'll come watch you play. And you went to watch each other and supported each other. But gradually, it's become like, oh yes, you're in a band. Yeah, you probably suck anyway. So I won't go watch you play and stuff like that. So
you guys have been around for about 10 years now, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel that you've reached where you wanted to be with your sound? That you've achieved what you wanted to achieve when you first started the band?
Well, we're close. Well, you always want to go further, right? But of course, in starting the band, the first object was to land a record deal, of course, and being able to tour. And we've reached that. Now we have new objects, and that's being able to sort of live from the music, which we are not yet. But hopefully, in a couple of years' time, maybe we'll be able to live from the music that we create, and that would be cool.
It's always hard because bands, especially underground metal bands, work so hard, and they put more effort in and a lot more time in than a lot of commercial bands that make a ton of money.
Definitely.
And it's kind of rough, but what is it about it that keeps you going? Because there's so many metal bands that they obviously don't care about the money; they care about the music. That's the top priority.
That's what we feel. Of course, money is very, very important, unfortunately, because without money you can't continue going on. So you need to be able to earn enough money to survive. But you're doing it for the music, and that's why we're in here, because we love what we're doing and love the music we're doing. And as long as people enjoy our music, we're
So hopefully, like, one day there'll be a time where
Yeah.
bands that work hard and underground metal bands can actually be able to make a living off it and, you know, feel good about that.
I think, yeah, I hope so, man. But I think it's very difficult for extreme metal bands to make it big. And in a way, it should be like that. Metal should be sort of underground-ish. It shouldn't be too big.
It's kind of cool to have it underground and have the people that are really dedicated to the music being the ones that are buying the albums and going to the shows.
Exactly.
So, what bands are you listening to right now?
Well, at the moment, it's a lot of different stuff, actually. I listen a lot to New Wasp album. I think it's really cool. And Motorhead is awesome as well. All the albums, basically. And I listen a lot to the new Entombed.
I won't keep you too much longer, but is there any last comments you want to say to the dedicated fans and the metalheads out here in Boston, in the States?
Bang your head, damn it, and see you guys on the road.